Really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Josh the Tartan Tornado Taylor. He weighs in at 140 pounds with a reach of about 69.5 inches. And he'll be facing Teofimo Lopez. Stands 5'8" tall and has a reach of 68.5 inches.
We'll be talking about this fight for years to come. This is one of those classic fights that...
Josh the Tartan Tornado Taylor, one of the best fighters in the history of the United Kingdom and certainly out of Scotland, the undisputed light welterweight champion of the world. Nicknamed the Takeover, it's Teofimo Lopez. He won his titles at lightweight and junior welterweight.
Oh, pure bad blood.
The fighters are ready to go. Let's hear the official introductions. We turn it over to the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, a boxing sensation from Scotland, a hard-hitting, undisputed 140-pound champion of the world, Josh the Tartan Tornado Taylor. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Brooklyn, New York in the United States, an electrifying two-division champion of the world known as the Takeover, Teofimo Lopez.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
Todd, it's one of my favorite venues. You can't get a better place to fight.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be two that we're talking about. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. The straight right just misses. And he caught him there with a left hook. Beautiful counterpunch. So much pre-hype surrounding this fight, the fans are on the edge of their seats.
Just see the nerves of the fight stepping into the ring, Todd. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And then look at the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
They are not going to let this one go to the judges. And he scores with the counter. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? The straight right just misses. Beautiful counter shot. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Right uppercut can't find a home. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Jab does not score. That jab misses. Shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store. Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Off the charts action from both of these fighters. How about that time counter shot? Neither fighter willing to slow down. Johnny, I love watching these lighter fighters just based on the hand speed and the foot movement. So impressive to watch. Misses with the jab. When are we going to see a jab from these two? This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Missing with the left hook. He misses with that jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Taylor in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. Just to sit back into the fight. You're much better than that, guy. You're much better. Well, here. Just stay focused. Don't let nothing to the fight.
And there's the bell for round three. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. And he just missed with that left jab. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Both men step back for just a moment. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
The jab not finding its target. And he did catch him. He caught him clean. Clean as a whistle. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. I promise you, all 3 judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
Dominant.
There's the bell for round 4. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Can't score with that jab. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've got in the ring with fighters like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Looks like he's going to try and bait his opponent here. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's just like a match made in heaven.
You'd like to see more jabs. Just missed with that hook. It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
And it's code red time for Josh Taylor. Down goes Taylor. I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
I need to see that again.
talking about Taylor in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath, and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Good round. You feel good? Good. Now get your boxing back together. Listen, be smart when you go out there. Just take it around.
You're still landing your power shots.
Good work.
Don't forget the jab.
Get your mind back on the job. That was a god-awful round, that was. Come on. You let him back into the fight. You're much better than that guy. You're much better.
He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered.
There's the bell to start round 5. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. They're both trying for a knockout. Nice counter shot. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. That counter punch caught him clean. Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork, or you're going to be a cooked goose.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? A perfect counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. These two lightweights are showing you why they are the best of the best. Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Both men step back for just a moment. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Taylor in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Now breathe. Breathe. Just get
your boxing back together and get back out there and win the round.
those 1-2 straights down the middle. Can't miss it. Great work. Stay focused.
Get back out there and switch back on. Get focused. Get your mind back on the job. And then get back out there and win the round.
Here we go in the 6th round. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
That counter shot lands. And that straight got him. avoided catastrophe there.
Got caught sleeping on.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? One of the best fighters Scotland's ever produced is in trouble. I thought that was the end, but here we go again. Back into the fire.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Teofimo in some real trouble here. Disaster. Hold it right there. It's code red time now for Josh Taylor. Just one punch away from getting the momentum back.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
You can't leave it up.
Here comes round 7. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
That jab won't score. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Nice job slipping that left uppercut. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Good fight, so hold that thought! And the takeover's in some big trouble now. To the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me your blood.
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
These punches coming from every angle. Back and forth they go. Nobody home with that hook. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
Can make or break a fighter.
Back out there. Take a nice round, good round. I like that. I'm happy. Good man.
And then start gathering your pace and get your momentum back and win the rounds.
Will appear. Good work there. The jabs are working nice.
Come on, you're switching up.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter shot. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Punch, counter punch. It's all offense all the time. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. And it's code red time for Josh Taylor. Hold that thought. One of the best fighters Scotland's ever produced is in trouble. Down goes Josh Taylor. And as we take another look, it's this punch right here that sealed the deal.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You still want to fight?
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Good counter punch. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
You've been put down, you've got to think.
Just be smart. Get your shots off.
And there's the bell for round 9. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
Misses with the straight left. The perfect counter lands. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. want to punch out, but thought there might be more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. There's a counter shot. Well, Johnny, oh, right there. And Teofimo Lopez might be ready to go. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They have no respect for each other's punching power. You'd like to see more jabs. Let's watch that again in replay from a different angle.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you okay?
Hold that thought! And Lopez is dazed. And it appears they weathered the storm. How, I'm not sure.
Being dazed now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to norm.
They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez that last round. Beaten, bruised, and battered, but somehow he's still... And here comes the 10th round. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
The straight right just misses. To be careful for that. Teofimo in some real trouble here. Teofimo Lopez goes down. Wow, let's take another look at that.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you continue.
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
You've got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
They exchange punches. There's no way this fighter can go punch for so much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight?
Are you all right? Are you okay?
And the referee's going to allow him to fight. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. It's code red time now for Josh Taylor. And the Tartan Tornado is down. And as you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
Where did that come from? What a
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you all right?
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
Hard, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. The judges have spoken, a unanimous decision victory.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument.